Now that we've installed and configured the AEM Chrome plugin, let's take a look at how to use the log tracer module within it. So I'm going to open up my developer tools in Chrome. And I will now have a AEM tab here, and I want to make sure my tracer tab is clicked. And you'll see that now we have the AEM log tracer module displayed. It's broken into two halves. The left half maintains a list of all of the requests. So as I click around AEM, and this could be in the admin and authoring console, or it could be on your custom build pages. So as we click through, you can see it's actually collecting all the requests that are being made, and it is actually filtering in only requests that contain .html in them. If I got rid of this filter and clicked around, you're going to see that there's a number of extra requests that are coming in, so you have some ability to scope what is actually being traced here. Next up is we have a search field. This provides an inline search of this list of URLs. So if I wanted to search for everything, let's say with S7, I just type S7 and there's one URL. If I want to see everything with shell, I can do that. If I want to see everything with retail, I can type that in. So it helps you kind of locate URLs that might be interesting to you and you know you want to inspect if you're collecting a lot of things. Next up is this number. This is basically just saying that the list below of URLs will max out at 25, and after 25, the older items will start rolling off. So if you want to capture a lot of requests, you can up this number to whatever size you want. As this number gets very large, in the thousands, then this list actually can start to slow down a little bit. So 25 is a pretty decent number. If you want to go 100 or 200, that should be fine as well. I'll leave it at 25 here. All right, so let's take a look at how we can actually start inspecting these URLs. So it's as simple as just clicking on them. The right pane will start pulling up logs and request progress information and things like that, just as you click through here. So let's take a look at an interesting case of OmniSearch. So I'll just go ahead and just clear this so let's take a look. Let's just search for square. I think I did two searches there, but that's fine. So you'll see that we have our requests here. I can click on these to inspect, and you're going to see here that we have some default logging provided by the server-side tracer sets. So we can kind of see that that is the case by clicking on this little button up here, and we have our server-side Sling tracer IDs that we're going to be attaching to all of our logging. And that's why we're seeing these kind of out of the box in the plugin. You can definitely optionally remove these or one of these, whatever you want to do. So for instance, if we wanted to remove a query, we could get rid of that. We can also add our very own. So if I wanted to say, take a look at comdaycq search, I can add the package. I can pick whatever level I want. So we can even throw this on trace if we want to get crazy. And we just simply close that, issue the request again. It's going to get the new custom ad hoc tracer sets attached to the request. I click on it, and you can see here now all of a sudden we're getting the comdaycq search debug logs straight in our browser. So we can see everything that's happening in here, which is pretty cool. So we can go up here and we can do inline filtering. So if I wanted to see maybe if we're using guess total here, I could start typing in guess total, and yeah, so it's filtered this list down to 3 things, and we can see here that we have guess total listed here, and it must be somewhere in these other log statements as well, so you can inspect those. And of course, you can type in anything you want. If you want to type in video and see what's there, we have this. Let's go down to the bottom and find something. See if we can just pull this one up. So there you go. So we can just do inline filtering and find exactly what we're looking for very quickly in the context of the browser as well. Next up is the request progress. This is pulling in the usual request progress information that normally you can see in the Felix console under System console requests. The nice thing about this is you can go in and specifically find the exact URL that you want to inspect, make sure it's getting traced, and then pull it up instead of having to deal with the rolling 20 URLs that get tracked in the Felix console. So again, this is pretty nice, and we always have this inline filtering. So if I wanted to see if there are, or pull up any of the slings filters being executed on this request, I can just type calling filter, and we can see here, it looks like here's a big list of all of the sling filters that are actually being called here. So it's a nice, easy way to inspect the request log and find exact pieces that you're looking for. Likewise, we can see if there's anything getting called under libs, and we can find all these things. So it's a pretty nice feature. And then lastly is queries. By default, this is actually going to be blank, and I'll show you why, and I'll show you how you can tune it so it's not blank. The reason is we need to set a specific package to a specific debug log level. So let me go back to my Felix console for my server and open up the log tracer, the sling log tracer config. And we have the O query. If we want to set this to show the queries at the server log tracer, we would simply just delete the class name and leave the package at debug. And this is going to suffice. What I actually like to do is I'm going to cancel that. I copied the package name out. I'm going to go to my ad hoc tracer sets just because I really like ad hoc tracer sets. And I'm going to put that in. And I'm going to close it. And then I'm going to do another search, pull it up, and lo and behold, now our queries are showing in our query tab. We can see who the caller of this is. We can see the query itself, and we can see the plan. So it's pretty cool. It provides some really nice, interesting information, and especially when you're going through debugging a page and trying to understand what the underlying queries are on it, especially if it's slow or something like that. This can be a very useful tool in terms of just getting a really quick view of all the queries that are happening in the context of that request. So for instance, if I just do a general Omni search, we can see there's actually 17 queries being executed. You can go down and you can look at all the different queries that are executed in the context of this request. So pretty powerful tool here. And again, we can always do our inline filtering. So I just filtered everything, and that deals with DAM assets. And lastly here, for each of these different tabs, we have a download option. So you can actually download to your local file system essentially the contents of these panes. The log is actually downloaded in a JSON format, but you can pull this into whatever tool you want and parse it out and find what you're looking for there. The request progress is simply a text file, more or less, a plain text file. So it's just a bunch of rows. So let me see. So I just open that, and as you can see, it's just a bunch of rows as you might expect here. And then queries, we can also do the same. We have a download option. So that's about it. Definitely make sure you get this installed and get LogTracer installed on your local dev machine, and make sure you pop it up and use it to debug whenever you have a chance and kind of inspect and understand what's going on under the covers. Hope you like it.